everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is your friendly neighborhood farmer Raznac, and if you can't tell, I'm excited because the challenge is on. That's right, Pros versus Joes on No Man's Land started, what time is it? About 9 hours ago. The server, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. The server went live about 9 hours ago, and we've been doing battle. I haven't. I was up for about an hour and a half, and then I went to bed, and I got up, and I got the kids ready for school, and now that the house is empty, I'm on here working on the pro side, and so far, it's just been me. The rest of my team hasn't showed up yet, but it is kind of early, and everybody has real lives, and I get that. On the other hand, IA Roadkill, I think, has been on the server since the beginning. The guy over there hasn't quit working, and we're gonna have to sabotage him or something. I don't know what's gonna have to happen, but man, he said he put on the coffee and he's been working. I don't know if he's been working all night or if he took a break and but he was on when I went to bed, and he was on when I got on. But you can see here, I already have our yard built. I have a pretty basic yard. The rules indicated that you have to have a farmyard with a minimum of 5 buildings within the first 96 hours of server start. So we have that. We have 2 greenhouses, 2 sheds, and the BGA. So what am I doing, you ask? Well, I'm just cutting grass. That's all I'm doing. And so I went kind of on the cheap. I went with the little Fendt here because it had enough horsepower. It's pretty cheap. It has a front loader, and then I went with the mowers to fit it and this windrower, and then I'm going to use square bales. I'm not doing round bales. I'm going to use square bales. Now, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this may not be the best way of doing this. I probably should have went with that Neverland or Couverland, well, whatever you say, that mower in the DLC that windrows as it cuts. That probably would have been quicker, but it's really expensive. I mean, I would have had to spend almost 4 times as much initially than I do the setup I have now. So I really don't know. I don't know if it's really hard to judge what pays off the best when you're leasing equipment, because we can't buy anything. We have to lease everything, so we really have to figure what's the best, time, costs, dollars per hour versus what we get out of it. And I think we're doing okay. I really do. I think we're doing okay. I think the other team's ahead a little bit. If I'm looking right, I see what looks like a cow pasture. And financially speaking, where are we at? I mean, they got $215,000. I got $402,000. But they've done quite a bit more work. In fact, they're plowing fields over there. I can kind of spy on them. And they're over here plowing and mowing. And, I mean, he already bought 2 other chunks of land. Because you start with these 8. Here, it's really hard to see. You start with 8 chunks of land. And then I got a little fancy, and I put like a moat around it. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get it from here. Yep, it's hard to see, but I put kind of a creek or river or something around the starting area. And then that way, if you want to expand outside of it, you have to put down a bridge. Ooh, why am I in his vehicle? I'm messing with the camera angles. Don't do that. Broke it. Broke my game. Why is this not doing this? I hate when I do that. So you can hit F7 to enter different camera angles on the map. But, there it goes. But for some reason, sometimes it gets stuck. And that's, that's what happened to me right there. Alright, so we're going to get this windroad up. But like I said, I think they're ahead a little bit. If I just noticed right, I thought I saw a quad track over there too. Man. So I really have to kind of get with it. Oh man. Kind of got this little rough spot right here. I think we're going to leave it because it looks cool. Listen, we may not win, but we'll compete in style. That's right. And I put the highway in. Just kind of cut this highway in right down the middle. Thought it was fun. Thought it looked kind of cool. But yeah, we got to get this windrow up, and then after that, I'm going to bale it, and we're going to start wrapping it and putting the silage into the BGA. Start generating some money. Because, of course, the more silage the BGA chews on during the day, the more money you get paid at midnight. The greenhouses are up and running just with water, but they're generating a certain amount of money per hour. Like if you, let's look. Sold property income $4,500. So $4,500. It looks like, or $9,000. They cost us $18,000 each, so we already paid for half of one. So we're only a few days away from, recouping our money there. The BGA costs $35,000, and it's going to recoup its money super fast. My next step, I think, after I get all these bales baled up and wrapped and start selling silage, I'm going to put in a cow pen. Really think it's important to start getting our cows in quickly. That way we have more time to generate milk and more time for them to reproduce. I think that's very important. I think those it's going to be crucial to get kind of a head start on cows, because right now we have $402,000 in the bank, but that money's doing absolutely nothing for us. It's just sitting there. And I think the best way to use this money is to take a bunch of it and put it into cows. The cows will generate milk, and they'll reproduce, which makes money. So that money is automatically turning into more money without us having to do anything other than feed them silage. Eventually, I'd like to make a little bit of hay so we can feed them TMR to optimize them even more. And then maybe we can get one field put in. I don't know how much arable cropping we're going to do, but maybe put in a field. That way we can get straw, and then we'll have manure for the greenhouses to increase their output. And that's my plan, kind of moving forward at the start. I don't know what the rest of the team feels. We've kind of been discussing, and it sounds like it. For silage, we're actually using the Anderson wrapping machine, where you kind of load them into them and make like the silage sausages. We're actually using that. Farmer Klein had that idea. So we'll have a couple people like baling, and then another person loading the wrapper, and then another person unloading the wrapper and selling it. And it's we could have went with like the, again, in that DLC, the Neverlin, Kuverlin, whatever thingy. Like you could have went with this guy. Yeah, could have went with this fast baler right here that bales and wraps at the same time, but that thing's really, really slow. I mean, you're only moving like at 3 miles an hour with these large windrows, 3 to 4 miles an hour. That adds up to time on your tractor, which means more money. So again, you gotta kind of weigh all these variables. So far, I've put 2.1 hours on the Fendt here. So I've spent some money. We look at our leasing costs so far. Ignore that first day; it's kind of weird. Vehicle leasing costs so far is $21,561 in 1995 today, and the biogas played $11,200. I sold 5 or 6 bales off of I went ahead and mowed that area, baled it up, and then sold those bales, and then that's where we got that $11,200. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think of the best way to present this as pre-recorded content. I really wish I could stream. Farmer Klein's going to be streaming. He's actually going to be streaming tonight. So you'll be able to, if you want to, you can head over his channel and watch that tonight. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe is when he streams. As pre-recorded content, I think I'm going to have a lot of time lapse, especially here at the beginning, because it's just going to be a lot of grass work. a lot of grass work, a lot of just mundane tasks for hours and hours and hours. And then I think in between the time lapses, I'll kind of give you updates on where we're at, and then try to capture any fun moments on the server, because this is multiplayer. We have 5 people on each team, so I'm going to try hopefully do that. I'll keep the recording running, and I'll think of kind of the best way to put it together: time lapses, video montages, and then of course some commentary here and there. All right, guys, sit back, enjoy the music and the footage, and I'll talk to you here at the end of the video. Alright, we got the bales all picked up. Looks like 5 loads. Each load, let me do the math, $22,400 per load, because we get $1,600 per bale of silage that goes into the BGA. So $22,400. We got 5 loads here. So we're looking at $112,000 just right here in bales. So silage is kind of going to be the way to go. It's really how you maximize what you have that I think that's really going to set the teams apart. I think they're going to be really, really close, and I think it'll come down to just like little tiny tweaks of efficiency. Now, like I was saying earlier, we really need to get the cows up and going. So we're going to put in this large cow pasture right here. This is Alien Jim's large cow pasture. I'm just going to drop it in right here. Yep, I'm just going to put it in right here. Kind of bring it up just a little. There we go. And then I just want to be able to get into where the water's at. Boom. That's it. Dropped in. There's our cow pasture. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and get this stuff all set up. Customize. What was I going to do? Okay, move. Just kind of put this right here. Good a spot as any. And then this will go right here. Good a spot as any. Confirm. Yep, that's done. Okay. So we got our cows. Now the question is do we want to let's go ahead and open this up. Do we want to... There's manure. There's milk. Is this the animal dialogue? How much is it to deliver them? Can't remember. It's $2,000 or $200 for a delivery fee. Or if we lease, let's look at animal transport. If we lease this guy, we're looking at $1,200. So our first 6 cows. How much is it per day to keep it? It's $240 per day. I think it's really beneficial to lease that, and that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and lease this up. Now, it does take time and it takes operating hours and everything else, but $200 per cow. And if say we, $200 per cow, and say we buy 100 cows. That's like 20 grand that we spent on where we probably would only spent $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in leasing costs to transport them. So I think it's really beneficial to do that. How much are cows? They're like $2,500 a piece. Because like I said, this money that we have, there's the money currently in the bank does us absolutely no good. It really doesn't. It does you no good at all. It's just sitting there. It's not making anything. So let's just go ahead and lease up our first thing. As you can see in the garage, we don't own anything except for our replaceable buildings. But yeah, let's get to work. 120K we just spent on that bad boy. Let's go grab our fancy dancy animal trailer and we'll buy some cows. We'll start putting the cows in there, and then I'll get some silage wrapped up. We'll get them fed, all that good stuff. So yeah, all that silage we have there. Now some of it's going to go to the cows, but like you said, those silage, they just paid for the animal pen, and we get to sell all the buildings back when we're done. The only thing you can't sell back is land. Once you purchase land, you cannot sell it back. It's yours forever. At the end of the challenge, that money is gone. You don't get it back, and that was kind of another little layer of strategy. So, as it shows right here, Roadkill bought that's $170,000 that's gone. Now, he may be able to make more money off of it, but my theory is until we maximize every square inch of land that we already own, which means plowed, seeded, fertilized, maximal yields, until that happens, there's really no point in us buying any other land. It's just sitting there being unused. They may have a different plan. Now, me on the other hand, what color cows? Brown and white, black and white. We always go with black and white. Let's go with brown and white, like these. Because without seasons, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It really doesn't. It doesn't change anything at all. The cows produce what they're going to produce. Unlike with seasons, you have different breeds of cows. In this game, you don't. Non-seasons, you don't. Let's get us some cows put in. It's a nice day. Let's open it up. Let the breeze in. I already had to fill up the tractor once. That was $179 for fuel, so that's not too bad. I like the little town I built here. What do you guys think? I did this on the quick. I just kind of threw a little town together with sell points and all that silliness. We're gonna cut right through the shed here. You gotta have sheds. I think the yard is a good size too. I don't think it's too small, and I think it really maximizes our area. So let's put these bad boys in. Remember, they won't die. Cows won't die. Without seasons, they won't die. There you go. First load of cows in. And what I'm going to do real quick is just kind of detach that there. This will hold 500 cows. And remember, every cow that's born, that's free money. It's free money to us. So we really need to think about animals. Are they going to be worthwhile? Are animals, you know, is it worth our time to do animals? I think cows are. I think for the most part, cows are pretty low maintenance. You transport their good in a tanker. You don't have to do any manual loading or unloading. All we have to do is make silage for them and hay, and then we can make TMR, which that is something we have. All we really need to make hay now is a tedder, and then we need a feed mixer. We have a couple of different options for feed mixers. We can lease a feed mixer, or we can actually buy a feed mixer. Placeable feed mixer at $89,000. And remember, when we sell that, we'll get half of that money back at $45,000. But this one requires straw. You have to have straw. Now, if we lease this bad boy, it only costs us $530 per day. So $530 per day plus your operating time. But say we own that for, you know, $530. Say we're on here for, you know, 40 days. And that's still only $21,200 that we were just sitting on this. So I think it really comes down to maximizing your yield, not your yield, but your like hours per dollars. I think is the important part. All right, let's fire this bad boy up. It's good to go. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. There we go. And let's make some silage. I think this way is going to work out. I think Farmer Klein had a pretty good idea here. I really like it. I think it's a good idea. I went with this this dual fork combo, or this one that can do threes. One, because it's kind of a it has this unfoldable arm, which I'll show you. So you can easy. Sorry, there's a little lag there. I have to kind of time it. So you can move 3 bales at a time, which is nice. So when we have silage, we can. But also, what you can do is what I do. is you can kind of drop them with this one. You can drop them, and we're just making sausages. Sausages. There we go. So there's going to be a lot of this going on, a lot of silage making that's going to take place. A lot of that is what's going to be happening here. A lot of mowing, a lot of grass cutting, a lot of real basic work. I'm afraid break it. Can I load up more than one? Tell me in the comments, can I put like a stack of them on top and they'll just keep dropping in? Do you call that cheating? I don't call it cheating. Just farm sim physics, baby. So I wonder if I could put a stack there. It'll probably mess it up. Probably do something really wonky and mess it up. That kind of stuff. You can kind of see this is our process. This is our beginning process. Things may change. It may differ as we move on. Like I said, I would like to do some crops. I think it'd be fun to do some crops in multiplayer, arable crops. We are going to need straw, so maybe we can do some grain crops, barley. Barley yields pretty well. Let's try this. Curious what's going to happen. I'm probably going to break it. Let's see if we break it. Yeah. There. Oh, it did kind of work. Okay. So we can put maybe 2 at a time in there without breaking it too bad. Can do these things. Alright, we're just gonna make a couple more and I'm gonna get these cows fed. And really what I'm gonna focus on, probably today, this morning, I've got a few more hours that I can be on the server. I think I'm gonna focus on, really hope that doesn't, I'm like so nervous that that's gonna like ruin it. Nope, that works. Okay, so we can drop 2 at a time. That's kind of handy. Economy of motion work simplification. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but pretty much what it is do the same amount of work with the fewest amount of tasks, or the fewest amount of movements. So you want to do the most amount of work by doing the fewest amount of movements. Bumped it. Can't even remember where I learned that. Economy of motion work simplification. I think I might have learned that like in nursing school or something. Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm a nurse. Keep coming back, buddy. All right. Now that we have some silage, just some basic silage. I want to get these cows up and going. Every second counts. We're down to 27.5 days. That's what we got. That's all we got. It's 27.5 days. How do I unload? And then we're out of time. We have 27.5 days, and we're done. So the person with the most money wins. I'm gonna turn that off, and we can unwrap these bales, and automatically already have silage. Boom. Just like that, we got us some silage. Now, we'll grab us a couple of these bales, take them over to the cows. How are we doing on cows here? Yeah, 4,800 liters of water. And we'll get these up and going. And then what I'm going to do... Come on, Raz. You're supposed to be a pro. See? Oh man, this is gonna work out. I got my little plans coming together. Can I just put these here? Boom! We got silage. 8,000 liters. Heck yeah! Eventually, like I said, I'd like to get TMR, and for now we just want to get the cows up and running. We'll just get them moving. But I would like TMR at some point. Ooh, there's a little lip here. A little ground deformation, but it's okay. I would like TMR, because I think the TMR will increase our yield. In fact, I might work on that. I got a bunch of grass cut over there, but it's already windrowed. It's kind of silly. See? Putting that in. So we're making money with the cows. We're making money with silage. Things are progressing, and I think we have a pretty solid plan. Guys, that's it for this video. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to try to come up with some fun ways and neat ways of showcasing this stuff to you. Try to make it fun, and I hope you guys do really enjoy it. That's all we'll put in there for now. We're going to keep adding cows. Again, like I said, I'm probably going to have about 150,000 left in the bank, and that's just so that if we need to lease large pieces of equipment, we lease any of that kind of stuff, we don't run out of money. But as it sits, we want to spend our money. You want to use it. And I think you don't want a big balance in the bank until the end, because that money is just sitting there. It's not making interest. It's not doing anything for you. We want to keep reinvesting every dollar we make into something else that generates income, as long as we have the time to take care of it. And that'll be the big part, is how much time do we have to take care of these things, because it does us no good to, you know, make this big, huge, beautiful farm, but not have the time to work it. And then it just sits there and we spend a whole bunch of money on nothing. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for watching. Go Team Pros! Let me know what you guys think about the concept in the comments. Any hints, tips, suggestions, I'm open to them because I want to win this. All right, everybody, take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. See you later.